If you're cheating on your partner, if you're stealing from someone who trusts you, if you think you'll never be caught, this video is for you. Because I was exactly like you. I trusted blindly until the day I discovered that my husband had stolen our entire life to give to his mistress. And what I did after that, well, she still has nightmares. My name is Sofia, and for 15 years, I lived a fairy tale that turned out to be a nightmare. I met Lucas in college. He was my safe harbor, my best friend, the man who promised me the world. We built a life together, brick by brick. Every extra hour at work, every penny saved, every sacrifice. It was for our future, for the house of our dreams, for the college education of the children we never had, for the peaceful retirement he always planned. He was the financial strategist of the house. I trusted him blindly. My life, my dreams, my money, everything was in his hands. I was the creative part of our duo. An interior designer, I transformed empty spaces into homes full of soul. He, the civil engineer, built the structure. We were the perfect pair, or so I thought. Our joint account was our war chest. Every big project I took on, every bonus I received went straight there. I watched the numbers grow, and with them, our hope. We had plans to renovate the beach house, to take that trip to Italy we always dreamed of. And he, always with a smile, would say, "We're on the right track, my love. Our future is bright." The first crack wasn't an earthquake. It was a whisper, an intuition. Lucas started to become different, more distant. His phone glued to his hand, excuses for coming home late, last-minute meetings, problems at the construction site. I, naive, believed, or wanted to believe, until one day the intuition became a scream. A credit card bill that wasn't ours, a purchase of expensive jewelry, a name I didn't know. Valentina. The ground disappeared from under my feet. The pain of betrayal is a monster that devours you from within. But the pain of discovering that he was spending our future with another, that pain was different. It was a cold, calculating pain. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I froze. And I began to investigate. Silently. Methodically. Like a detective in her own life. And what I discovered was much worse than I could have imagined. Valentina wasn't just an affair. She was Lucas's new partner in a new project he had been secretly developing. A project that, according to him, would bring us a fortune. But the fortune he was building was for her. And with my money, he had emptied our joint account, every penny. Not for an investment, not for an emergency, for her, for a luxury apartment he bought for her, for a new car, for a life of ostentation he was financing with the sweat of my work. I saw the statements, the transfers. The evidence was irrefutable. He didn't just betray me, he robbed me. He left me with nothing, no future, no ground. The anger came after the shock. A cold anger that didn't scream, but burned inside. I didn't want confrontation. I wanted justice. And I wanted her to feel it. To feel the pain of loss, the humiliation of having everything taken away. I wanted her to beg. And I knew exactly what to give her. A gift she would never forget. A gift that would make her wish she had never met Lucas. A gift that would make her beg for mercy. I started working. Not in my office, but in my mind. I had a trump card, a secret that Lucas and Valentina kept under lock and key. Lucas, as an engineer, was known for his ethics, or so I thought. But I discovered that his new project with Valentina wasn't just a facade for romance. It was fraud.
real estate fraud involving embezzlement of public funds and use of low-quality materials in large-scale constructions. I had access to documents, emails, blueprints. I had the evidence, and I knew exactly how to use it.
The gift wouldn't be delivered in a box. It would be delivered in a headline. I compiled everything, every email, every statement, every photo of Lucas and Valentina together, every document that proved the fraud. I created a dossier that not only exposed the betrayal, but the corruption. And I knew exactly who to send it to. Not to the police, not to the press, to the place where it would hurt the most, to the place where she would beg.
Valentina was the only daughter of one of the biggest businessmen in the city's real estate industry, a man known for his impeccable reputation and his rigor with business ethics. He had invested heavily in Lucas's new project, trusting the word of his daughter and potential son-in-law. He was the pillar of Valentina's life, and I was going to bring down that pillar. I was going to give her the gift that would make her beg for mercy. The gift that would make her lose everything, not to me, but to her own father.
I sent the dossier, not all at once, in parts. First, the bank statements, anonymously to her father's office. Then, the photos of Lucas and Valentina in intimate moments to the wife of the majority partner of her father's company. And finally, the big blow, the evidence of real estate fraud, with all the details to the Ethics Commission of the Engineers Association and to City Hall. I didn't want her to know where it came from. I wanted her to feel the net closing in without knowing who the enemy was. Chaos began. First, the rumors, then the investigations. Valentina's father, a man of honor, did not tolerate dishonor. He disowned his daughter. Lucas was fired, prosecuted, and lost everything. Their company collapsed. Valentina, from millionaire heiress, found herself with nothing, with her name in the mud, and the father she so idolized rejecting her. She begged. She begged her father, she begged Lucas, she even begged me through desperate messages, not knowing that I was the architect of her ruin. She begged for mercy, and I, in silence, just watched. Today, I'm rebuilding my life, and for the first time in years, I look in the mirror and recognize the woman looking back. Not the naive life, not the silent victim, but the woman who discovered she had claws when she needed to use them. Yesterday, I received a letter. It was from Julia. Remember her? The girl Valentina destroyed in high school? She heard about the story. She wrote me a single sentence. "Thank you for doing what I never had the courage to do." And I cried. I cried for her, for me, for all the women who have been silenced, robbed, betrayed. I don't regret it, because sometimes the only way to stop a monster is to become a bigger monster. And if that makes me the villain in their story, so be it. I'd rather be the villain in their story than the victim in my own. Have you ever had to fight to get back what was stolen from you? If this story made you feel something strong, it's because it needed to hit you. Subscribe to the Karma Ledger, but only if you have the courage to see the accounts settled. Until next time, bye!